Everybody, welcome back. Today I picked up a roadside find from my neighbor, and it's a very old Coleman stove. It's a 425C. Now it's in really bad shape. It was full of, it had mouse nests throughout there, and there was actually 3 mice in there. It was on the side of the road and had 3 mice in there, so I got rid of them. I brought it home and I got rid of the nesting material, and then it smelled so badly like mouse crap. I scraped the bottom of it with a putty knife. So I'm just gonna kind of give you the overview. I'm gonna show you what this thing looks like. So you see, it's been sitting in a shed since 2011. So there's the number, or the model number. It has a lot of rust. To scrape the mouse crap off, I ended up taking this off, which is just held on by 2 of those little cap nuts, 7/16, and then 1 screw. Everything came off. It's got the original sticker there. So I do know if I get into it, I don't want to spend a ton of money on this thing, because I do have a great working stove. I can just sand it down and then spray paint the whole thing. I took the legs off. Even the legs are in rusty shape, and the grill was horrible. So I'm gonna have to soak that in vinegar. I'm actually going to be spraying vinegar into the stove in here because it still smells like mouse crap. And before spending a lot of money on this, I want to make sure that I'm able to get this working. I do have, because I just repaired the lanterns, I do have pump kits. I have the leather and I do have the neoprene. I'm not sure if this cap is going to hold, and I don't know why it has just that blackened look. I don't know if that's from years and years of mice. If so, I'm not sure how to get that stuff off. I'm going to just try vinegar for now on the inside of this. I ended up soaking it in pure vinegar for a while, rinsed it off. I also cleaned it out with carb clean. It still doesn't look that great, but it looks a lot better than what it did originally. So my goal to this fix is, if I can get it to burn, then I can start worrying about painting it and getting whatever parts I need. So I'm going to start with the tank portion of it. Right now I can't get the cap off, so I'm sure just a pair of pliers. I don't know if I have a spare cap like that, so we'll see. Get this off. Okay, this one's a leather one. Well, we can take it out because I'm going to be emptying the tank and blowing everything out. Get the cap open. stand up for this one. There we go. I'd much rather use the original one. Sometimes the aftermarkets just don't work. So this just has a bunch of actual crap around it. Just gonna clean around it. Okay, there is stuff in here, so I gotta dump it out into a container. Sure stinks. It is white gas though, so that's good. So this is a different one. This is, I've never seen this before. This is a square one. So I don't know how it actually, it looks like it threads on. Without putting too much pressure on it. See if I can loosen this. Wow. So I looked it up. This thing is from either 1964, no, 1962 to 1964. So that's a pretty cool find. Much better than the clip that they have now, which is just hold down by pressure. With the leather cup, you want to soak it in neat's foot oil. So I'm actually going to let this soak for quite a while. It's been soaking in here at least an hour. I'm going to go ahead and get it out. Alright, to put this, first of all I'm going to put a little oil down the cylinder. Probably an easier way of doing this. I just don't know it. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to put the D-ring back in. I like it so the oil is facing upward. So let me just try with the cap on. Now the cap is pretty dry. I'm just going to put just a little bit of 3-in-1 on there. off. Now I don't have high hopes for this. I'm just hoping that it works. The leather cup didn't fit that great. I'm just going to see if the neoprene one would work. Oh, if I could bring this one, if I could bring this one back to life. I don't know if the tanks were smaller. Oh, okay, so, all right, so I'm getting pressure. It's leaking like a sieve out of that cap. Let me see if I can just tighten it on here. I have a cap downstairs, but it's the cap's leaking pretty good. All right. The thing is that this thing was in such bad shape. Now I have one I can try. This is a good one for my 220, or my 200A. Just want to see if it squirts fluid here. It does. Well, I'm going to give it a try and see if it's going to light. That'll let me know how much more I'm going to be putting into this thing. closing the secondary burner. Opening the first one, sink all the way. Yikes. Holy mackerel. I can't believe this. Try the secondary burner. I gotta tell you, I am astounded that this is working. Alright, I'm gonna end it here. And now I'm gonna start getting into it and making it look a lot nicer. Put it back to hopefully somewhat close to the original state. Gotta love these old Coleman stoves. I finished cleaning the 425C stove. Now I'm ready for the painting phase of it. I ended up sanding the entire piece. Everything that needs to be painted, I did sand. I used a couple different things, and I'll show that to you guys. It's things that I have. It's not down to just bare metal. I mean, there's so much rust in this thing. It had been sitting in this guy's shed since 2011, and it was full of mouse stuff, and it was in bad condition. But I'm happy with the way that it came out. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the tools I used, and then we can get a little close-up on the pieces that I'm going to be painting. Besides sandpaper, the best one that I used was my wire wheel on my bench grinder. I also used my pneumatic die grinder with these plastic cookies that fit on there. That did a really good job. I also used my Dremel with a very small brush so I could get into the tight areas. After everything, I cleaned it off with paint thinner, and I blew it off with compressed air. Compressed air is your friend when you're doing this stuff because it just gets so nasty. I'm happy how everything turned out. I have a little bit of tape on there because I want the original Coleman sticker on how to light it, and also the side, the little compression clips that hold the windscreen into the main cavity or into the main box. This is the worst, but you know, it's as good as it can get. The tank I got really clean on the tank. That worked out really well. And then here's the legs. The paint that I chose for the project was Rust-Oleum Gloss Hunter Green and a Rust-Oleum Gloss Sunrise Red. It's been about 24 hours since the last coat of paint. I ended up putting 3 coats of paint on each surface. I know it's not perfect, but to compared to how it looked originally, I'm very happy with how it came out. So I have the burner assembly on, and the fuel tank on, along with the legs. I'm just going to make sure that this thing starts up before I put the whole thing back together again. And I was also able to save the original three-piece cap. It ended up just missing the rubber gasket. So I had some on hand, so I put one in. I'm going to go ahead and put it down early. I want to check the secondary burner. I never realized that this piece, it retracts because it is compact, so this way it fits inside. It still works. This has been my first ever real rebuild of a Coleman stove. I've never had one in such bad shape before, but it goes to show that you can go alongside the road, grab a piece of crap, look beyond the condition that it's in at that time, and think, is this something I'm going to be able to fix? The total cost for this ended up being just a rubber cup for the plunger and 3 cans of paint and 1 gasket for the cap. So for under $25, it looks like a brand new stove, and it works great. So this is a Coleman 425C. So it looks like it's in between 62 and 64 time. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.